So hello everyone, welcome to our next part of greedy algorithms. In the previous session, in the part 1 of greedy algorithms, we have studied about what is greedy algorithm, what are the concepts behind that goes beyond like greedy algorithms, and we have solved 3 basic questions. Now after forming the overall understanding of greedy algorithms, in this session what we are going to do is we are going to try to solve the hard level questions that you can find in competitive platforms like Leet code, HackerRank. You can find these sort of hard level questions in competitive platforms based on greedy algorithms. So in this we are going to solve some of the hard level questions based on greedy algorithms. So with that being said, let us move to our first question. The name of the question is Indian coins. So in this question what we are given is we are given a infinite supply of dominations. You can see these dominations as currencies, and in different currencies in different nations we have different currencies, and in Indian currency we have different notes and coins, right? We have 1 rupee coin, we have 2 rupee coin, 5 rupee, 10 rupees note, 20 rupees note, 50, 100, 500, and previously we used to have 2000 notes. Now it is kind of banned, but yeah. So this sort of different notes and coins we have in our Indian currency. Okay, now we need to find the minimum number of coins or notes that can make the change for a value v. So we will be given by a value v, and we need to take the minimum number of coins, or you can say notes, which will like make the change for this given value, which will you can say fulfill or compensate with the given value. Let's say that you have booked a Uber. Now the cost of Uber is 590 rupees, and you have this infinite supply of this notes, or let's say coins. Now let's say that you have your total cost is 590 rupees, right? Now you won't sit and you will start counting 1 rupee. You don't give 1 rupee coins, 1 rupee 590 coins to the Uber driver, right? It is kind of like it doesn't make any sense, it is illogical. So what we will do is we will make sure that we give that money in a minimum number of coins or in minimum number of notes. So what we can do is for 590 rupees, first of all we will choose the nearest highest value note or coin that we have. So for 590, what is the highest value we have in our given array? Right, we have 500. If we choose 2000, it is beyond, it is like greater than 590. So we will choose the nearest value which is smaller than my given v. Now the v value is 590. So what is the nearest value? That is 500. So first of all I will choose 500. After that I will remove the value 500 minus 90. So I will do 590 minus 500, so the value will be 90. Now for 90 value, what is the nearest value? 100 is greater than 90, so I can't choose 100, but I can choose 50 because it is nearest. 20 is also, I can choose 20, but it is not nearest when compared to 50. So what I will do is I will add 50, I will give 50. After that I will remove 50 here, so the value will be 40 now, right? After that, what is the value which is nearest in my currency domination, in my currency array? What is the nearest value to 40? It is 20. So I will choose 20 two times. So minus 20, minus 20. Here I will choose 20 and 20. So the number of exchanges I made in terms of coins, in terms of notes is 4. So I will print 4 to my user. So this is the basic asking, this is the basic like understanding of my question. So for this example we did. Now let us take this second example for v value is equals to 121. So 121, what is the nearest value which is not greater than 121, which is 100. So I will choose 100. So in 121 I will remove 100 and I will add in my exchanges, I will add 100. After that again the value will become 21. Now the nearest value is 20, so I will choose 20, so the value will become 1, and I will choose 1 minus 1, so the value will become 0. So how many exchanges I made? That is 100 note, 20 note and 1 rupee coin. So number of exchanges here is 3. So I will print 3 to my user. So this is the basic asking of the question. I hope you understand the question. Now you need to understand one thing here, that is Indian currency, Indian coins is canonical coins. The Indian coin system is canonical coin system. It means that we can give exchanges and we can solve this problem using greedy approach, because the Indian coin system is canonical coin system. It means that the number of exchange that can be possible are always absolute. That is, the exchange will always unique, or you can say whole in nature. Whereas there might be some currency systems that might take, let's say that I have made a currency system and the denominations for that currency is let me give 5. It starts with 5, 10, 20 and 30. Now my denomination is, let's say that my denomination is 33, or my value is 33. Now for this currency system, what I can do is, first of all, I will choose 30 because it is nearer to my value. So the final value will come 33 minus 30. So I am left with 3, but I don't have any coins or any notes to exchange with, because my value is 3 and all the notes, all the coins that I am having in the currency denomination are greater than 3. It means that this system is not canonical. I hope I am pronouncing this word clearly, but it is not canonical. If it is not canonical, then I can't apply my greedy algorithm. Whatever the algorithm I am writing after this, I can't apply this for this particular system because it doesn't follow a canonical system, right? For this particular system, I need to give some kind of fraction of phi currency, right? This sort of system doesn't work for the algorithm which I am gonna write now after this slide. Now let us talk about, I hope you understand what is canonical system, what is the basic understanding or asking of this question. Now let us talk about how we're gonna do this question. So in previous question, as you did that, whenever in the question it is asked to find the maximum or the minimum, we thought that according to our given need, in this we need to find the minimum number of transactions or minimum number of exchange. So to make exchange, let's say that here we have chosen the biggest value, after the next biggest, after the next biggest. So we have chosen the biggest, after the next corresponding biggest with respect to my value, whatever the value I am left with respect to that value, I am choosing the next biggest, after similarly the next biggest. Like this way I am moving on. Now you need to understand one thing here, that the number of exchanges, the number of exchange of notes should be minimum. Okay, this is the asking. So in how many ways, in how many number of minimum ways I can compensate the given value. So to compensate the given value in minimum number of exchanges, I need to understand one thing, that the currency which I am choosing should be maximum. So whatever the array we have given, this is the array, right? I need to choose the maximum value in that array with respect to my given exchange value, here 121. So with respect to 121, what is the biggest or maximum value that I can extract, that I can take from my currency denomination, right? I hope you got my point. So to make minimum exchange, I need to choose currency which has maximum value, which has maximum note with respect to the given value, right, with respect to my given input value. So this is the logical thing I have extracted. That is, I need, what is the logic here? I will choose maximum currency denomination which is closer to my given value. This is the thing you need to keep in mind. Now let us talk about the approach of this question. Okay, I have extracted the logic. Now how I'm gonna do this question? So to solve this question, first of all, you need to think that to get the maximum, I need to choose the maximum value in my currency denomination. So to choose the maximum value, to take the maximum value, what I will do is I will sort my given currency denomination in descending order. So I will solve it in descending order. So first of all, I will sort in descending order of my currency. Whatever the currency I have been given, I will sort it in descending order. So for my given currency, I will solve 2000, after 500, after 100, 50, 20, 10 and 5 to 1. So let us say that this is my given value is 590. So what I will do is, first of all, I will choose 500, which is the biggest. I can't choose 2000 because it is greater than my input value. I hope you are getting it. So after choosing 500, my value will be 590 minus 500. So I am left with 90 now. So what is the nearest value which is smaller than or equals to my current value? So the current value is 90. Now I can't choose 100 because it is greater than like 90, it is greater than 90. So I will choose 50 now. So I will choose 50 and I will deduct that value from my value, input value. So 90 minus 50 will be 40. After that, what is the nearest value? I can't choose 50 now, but I can choose 20. So I will choose 20. So minus 20, and here I will choose that node. After that, I am left with 20 now. Finally, I am left with 20. Here you can see that I can choose 20 in my currency denomination because it is less than or equals to. It is following the condition. So I will choose again 20 and I will deduct 20. So I am left with 0 rupees now. 0 value now. Until my value becomes 0, I keep on choosing the nodes from my currency denomination. So how many nodes I have chosen? 1, 2, 3, 4. So in the output screen I will print 4 as my output. This will become my answer. Okay, now what I will do is, first of all, I will create a count array to keep track of my number of exchanges, right? I will create count. After that, I will take the amount. So amount, let's say that I have been assigned as 590. After that, what I will do is I will run a loop int I is equals to 0 and I should be less than the size of my currency denomination and I plus plus. In this, what I will do is, if my count, this is my, let's say this is my currency count, right? So if my count of currency of I is less than or equals to amount, given amount, then what I will do is I will run a loop while inside the if statement. I will run a loop while my currency, let me give instead of count because keeping the same two variables is kind of tough. So I will keep currency. Okay, so currency of I, while currency of I is less than amount, I'm running a loop. I will tell you why I'm running a loop inside my if statement for now. So if this condition in the if statement is satisfied, then I will increment the count value. After that, I will deduct the amount. So amount minus is equals to currency of ith value, that particular currency. So this will be my loop. So what I am doing is, first of all, I am running my loop, and as I run through each and every element of my loop, what I am doing is, first of all, I am checking whether that particular element is less than or equals to my amount. That is, let me tell you. So this is my 590, right? And the first element is 2000. So what I will do is I will skip the first iteration and I will move to 500 now. You can see that 500 is less than or equals to 590. If it is less than or equals to 590, then I will come inside my conditional statement, and after coming in my conditional statement, I am checking while loop. In the while loop, what I am checking is currency of I. Now the currency of I is 500, while 500 is less than or equals to 590. Yeah, this condition is satisfied. Now what I will do is I will increment. Now the count will become 1. After it, amount minus is equals to currency of I. So my amount will become 590 minus 500, right? 590 minus 500. Now the amount will become 90 now. So again, after deducting the amount, I will again come back to my while statement and I will check. Now the value is 90 and my currency value is 500. Whether 500 is less than or equals to 90? No. I will stop my while loop and again I will my flow will go to my if statement, and again if statement is also false because 500 is not less than or equals to 90. So I will move to my next iteration, right? For this I will move to 100, and you can see 100 is not less than or equals to 90. So this condition is also false. So I will move to 50 now. Now 50 is less than or equals to 90. If this is the condition, similarly if condition is correct and while condition is also correct, so I will increment the count value by 2. So the count value will become 2 now. After that, what I will do is I will deduct the amount. So 90 minus 50, so my value will become 40 now. Now after that, I will iterate through my next element 20. Now for 20, 20 is less than or equals to 40. Yeah, condition is true. I will come inside my while loop. Now after coming my while loop, I will increment the count value. So count will become 3 now. After that I will detect, so 40 minus 20. Now the value is 20. So and the amount array is also 20. Now 20 is less than or equals to 20. Yeah, condition is true. So again I will increment the count. So my count will become 4. After that amount of currency is equals to 20 minus 20. So the current will become 0, and after that you can see that I will terminate my while condition and I will come out of my for loop. After that I will print system.out.print and print the count value. That's all. So this is my algorithm. I hope you understand the overall working of the question, asking of the question, and the working of the algorithm. Now let us code this thing. So in the main program I will create a integer array, integer of coins is equals to, let me give the direct integer, whatever the values we are having, 1 2 5 10 20 50 100 and 500 and 2000. After that I will sort my array in my ascending order. So to sort array in the ascending order, what I will do is I will use my function arrays.sort. In this I will pass coins. After that I need to sort my given array in the descending order, and this function will sort the array in the ascending order. So let me, this function will sort the array in the ascending order. So to tackle that, what I'm gonna do is I am gonna use a comparator interface. So comparator dot sort reverse order. So this function, this reverse order function will sort my array in descending order. Now after that what I will do is I will create my count variable, count is equals to 0. After that enter, let me give amount. Amount is equals to, we have taken 590 as the example, so I am taking 590. After that I will run a loop for int I is equals to 0 and I should be less than coins dot length. After that I plus plus. In this I will check if coins of I is less than or equals to amount. If this is the condition, here I need to give amount. Okay. If this is the condition, then inside the conditional statement I will run a while loop while count coins of I is less than or equals to amount. Then what I will do is, first of all I will increment count, count plus plus. After it deduct the amount, so amount minus is equals to coins of I. Right, after running the loop, what I will do is I will come out of my if state for loop. After it I will print system.out.print minimum number of exchange of notes is equals to, and give some space here, and after it print my count value, count. That's all. Now let me save this program, and this is my main program, right? Let me remove this function here. Yeah, so this is my main program, right? So what I will do is, let me save the program and run this. So here I need to give a statement terminator. Statement terminator, save and run. So here you can see that minimum number of exchange of notes is equals to 4, and we dry run this question, and in the dry run we got the same answer. So I hope you got the overall approach of the question. Now if I want to print a particular note which I am choosing, then what I will do is, in the if statement I will print coins of I, and let me remove ln here, and here what I will print is notes which are chosen are, and let me give a space, and coins of I. Now after running the loop, let me print another statement here for a next line. Now it is showing some kind of error. Here I need to give plus. Okay, now let me save and run. So to print which notes I am choosing, I am using this statement. So here you can see that notes are choosing. First of all I am choosing 550 after 22 times, and finally the minimum number of notes are 4. So 500, 50, 20, 20. So this is how we will do this Indian coins exchange problem. Now let us talk about our another interesting problem. So in the given question, the name of the question is job sequencing problem. So in this question we will be given by a different jobs. Each job will have a deadline and will have certain profit, and we need to choose the job which we can generate maximum profit out of it, right? We need to choose jobs which generate maximum profit, and here it is given that given an array of jobs which are having some deadline and profit, and if the job is finished before the deadline, we need to do that job and each deadline before that deadline, right? Here that for example, this is my deadline and this is my profit. Now the job A deadline is 4 and the job B deadline is 1. For example, you can take this as dates of a month. Now let's say that we are like just beginning off with July, right? So the job A deadline is 4th of July. So before 4th of July I can do that job, but after 4th of July I can't do that job. I'm taking as an example now, right? Similarly, the job B deadline is 1. It means that I can do that job before July 1st. After July 1st, I can't do that job. I can't get the profit out of it. Whatever I have to do, I need to do it before July 1st. Okay. After that, job C is also having the same deadline. Job D is also having the same deadline. And it is also given that every job takes a single unit of time. For, what is the meaning of is that whenever I choose a job, let's say that I'm choosing some job X. So to complete that job, it will take definitely a unit time. It means that let's say that I'm doing some job X. Now to complete that job, it is saying that it will take, for example, it will take 1 day, 1 unit time. You can assume that 1 unit as 1 day. So that job, to complete that job, it will take 1 unit time. Okay, I hope you are getting it. Now to complete job A, it will take 1 day. To complete job B, it will take 1 day, irrespective of the deadline, irrespective whatever the deadline it is. But if I choose that job, then I will give that job 1 day. It will definitely take, to complete that job, it will take 1 day. Okay, and here it is given that minimum possible deadline for any job is 1. It means that to complete a job, we have to give that job 1 day time. Now after that, what we need to do is we need to find the maximum total profit if one job can be scheduled at a time, right? We can't do multiple jobs. In the activity selection, we have seen that if you didn't saw the video, there is a link in the bio, right? You can go and see the greedy algorithm part 1 chapter, amazing chapter. Similarly, in this question, we can't do multiple job work at a time. In the activity selection, we have seen that we can't do multiple activities in a time. Similarly, in job sequencing also, we can't do multiple jobs at a time. Okay, now let us talk about more about this question. Okay, now you need to understand one thing, that if I choose job 1, initially my time is 0 now, right? Now if I choose job 1, it will take 1 day. It means that let's say that today date is 0. Now if I choose job B, then I can do that only on first day. It means that it will take a day and the deadline of that day is 1st of July. Okay, now if I dedicate whole day, then I can't choose C or D because initially the time is 1. Now as I choose the job B, then the time will become 2, or you can say I will enter 2nd of July. Now I can't do these jobs because these jobs should be done on or before of 1st of July. Okay, I am taking this as a instead of saying unit of time, I am taking a day as an example. Now if I choose job B, then I can do that on July 1st and it will take 1 day to get completed, right? After 1 day, the time will be 2nd of July, right? Now the current time is 2nd of July, but the deadlines of these jobs C and D is 1st of July, right? So if I am in 2nd of July, then I can't do the work which was like back then in the past, in the 1st of July, right? I hope you are getting the logic here. Now, if I choose job A on 1st of July, or on let's say that before July, now I can do the job because the deadline of this job is 4, right? Here let me tell you again that if I choose job B, it means that I can't choose further job C and D, but I can choose A because the deadline of job A is 4. Now I am in 2nd of July. It means that there are plenty of time in front of me that I can choose to do that job A. I hope you got the logic. Now one more thing is that what is the asking of the question? The asking of the question is to get maximum profit, right? To get maximum profit. To get maximum profit, I will do the thing which is having, which gives, I will choose the job which will give me the maximum value. Here you can see that the maximum value I am getting is 40. So I will do that job first. After that I will think of other jobs, right? Now after 40, what is the greatest value? That is 30. But I can't do that job because the deadline has passed. So I can't choose job D. After job D, what is the next greater element or next greater value? 20. I can choose job A. After doing job C, I can choose job A. Now after choosing job A, what is the next element that we are left? That is 10. But what is the deadline of it? 1. It means that I have surpassed the deadline, so I can't choose job B also. So the answer will be C and A. I hope you got the question. Now let us talk about the approach of this question. So talking about the approach of this question, what I will do is, first of all, I will sort the given pairs according to the, after you see the code of this question, you will understand what I am doing in that particular thing. But for now, what I will do is, this is my given pairs, right? Pair 1, pair 2, pair 3 and pair 4, right? What I will do is, I will sort the given array, the given pairs according to, on the basis of profit. Now after that, I will create a variable time is equals to 0 and answer array list or answer array. Now what I will do is, I will run a loop for I is equals to 0 and I should be less than this job array, this job pairs dot length, and I will increment I plus plus. In this, if job of deadline is greater than my time, then that is the current time I am having. Let's say that I am at 1st July and the deadline of that job is 4th July. It means that I can do that job. Let's say that I am on 8th of July, but the deadline of that job is 4th of July. That means that I can't do that job because the deadline has surpassed. Okay. Now in this, what I will do is, first of all, I will add that job into my answer. So add job in my answer. After adding that job in my answer array list, after that I will increment the time value because each job will take a unit time. Okay, after that I will terminate my loop. So this is the basic algorithm, this is the basic approach I can think of right now. Now let us code this thing. Now in the main function, I have taken the example which we have taken in the dry run example. Now what I will do is, I will first of all create a static class. I will tell you that why I am creating this class, static class job. So what I am creating is, I am creating a job class. In a class, what are the things we are having? We are having profit and we are having IDs, right? And deadlines. So we are having deadline, int deadline, after that int profit after that int ID, each job ID. I am taking for example ID. Now what I will do is, first of all, I will create my constructor public job. In this I will take 3 parameters. One for, here I need to give job, okay. One for int deadline, after that int profit, after that int ID. Now what I will do is, this dot ID is equals to ID. I am assigning the value through my constructor. After that profit, here I need to give T, okay. Profit is equals to P. After that deadline is equals to D. So what I'm doing is I have created a job. After that, in the constructor I'm assigning the value. Now in the main program, first of all, what I will do is I will create an array list of job type. In the previous example, in the whatever the things we have taken integer class. Here I am taking job class. Okay, I am creating a array list of job data type. Okay, job, let me give the name of the class is jobs. A new array list. After it, what I will do is I will run a loop for int I is equals to 0. After it, I should be less than jobs info dot length. After it, I plus plus. In this, what I will do is I will add in the job array list, I will add each and everything related to my job info. So first of all, I will create a new job. In this, I will add, first of all, let me give deadline. So what is the deadline? 4 is the deadline, right? That is nothing but job info of the first element, right? First element in the first row. So I of 0. After that, job info of now profit, I need to give profit. So I of 1. So in the first column they are deadlines, in the second column we are having the corresponding deadline profits. So I am passing the same thing in my job. In the job class, what are we having? Deadline, profit, integer. So I have created an array of job, and in the each index we will be having these three things: profit, job, ID. Okay, right? Profit and deadline and ID. Okay, I am passing this. After that, let me give a statement terminator. Now what I will do is I will sort my job array list in the descending order. Now let me give here collections dot sort. Here I am sorting my job, right? So jobs, comma, here I need to give two parameters as my lambda function, right? Let me give a comma b. Here a and b are, you can say, objects of my jobs. Okay, now after that, what I will do is here arrow operator, b dot profit. I am like sorting in descending order according to the profits. So a minus b dot profit. So this thing will sort this single line will sort my jobs array list in my descending order. Now if I wanna sort this same list in the ascending order, then I will remove this object a and b. That's all. If I remove this objects a comma b and if this single line a comma b, arrow operator b dot profit minus a dot profit, then this will sort this in the ascending order. To sort the given jobs array list in the descending order, I am writing this. I hope you got the logic. Now after sorting this in the descending order, what I will do is I will create a variable int time is equals to 0. After that, I am running a loop for int I is equals to 0 and I should be less than jobs dot size. After that, I plus plus. In this, what I will do is I will create a variable of job current. This will hold the current index value of my jobs array. So jobs dot get ith element. After it, if my current job deadline is greater than time, then what I will do is I will add in my sequence. Here I will again create a array list of sequence, array list of integer. Let me give integer here, integer, and the name of the array list as sequence, new array list. Okay, so if sequence dot add the ith element, the ith value, or you can give cor dot id, right? After that, increment the time, so time plus plus. After running my loop, what I will do is now I will run again my loop for printing the elements, for printing the output. So int I is equals to 0 and I should be less than sequence dot size and I plus plus. In this I will print system dot out dot print. Here let me remove ln sequence dot get ith element and give some space here, and I will print here. Let me print system dot out dot print the sequence is, and here let me print the system dot out dot print and what are the maximum number of jobs I did. So jobs, and here let me give some space and print sequence dot size. So the maximum number of jobs I did is this value, sequence dot size. After that I am printing its sequence. Now let me save and run this code. So you can see that the maximum number of jobs I can perform is 2, that is C and A. After that the sequence is 2 plus 2 and 0, that is the second job and the third job in my array, that is 0 1 2 3 A B C, right? And job A is at 0th index, job B at its first index, job C at its C index. So first of all I will perform C, after that I will perform A. So this is the code for job sequencing. I hope you understand the logic, the code and everything. Now we are going to do a hard level problem and very interesting problem. So the name of the question that we are solving is Chocola problem, right? Or you can say chocolate problem, and you can find this problem in various competitive platforms like Leet code, like HackerEarth and Code Chef, many things, and this is a hard level problem. You can find this in the hard level category, and there are like many variations of this problem. You can find this problem as maximum cuts in a cardboard, maximum cuts in a cardboard, and in very different names you can find the many variations of this question, but the logic is same. If you understand this logic, then you can solve many variations of this question. Now let us talk about what is the asking of the question. Now here we will be given a chocolate bar of size m cross n, right? And one should break the chocolate into single pieces, single square pieces. This is a single square piece, and we need to break this chocolate, m cross n size chocolate, into single square pieces, and the square should be a unit. You need to understand here a unit cell, and what I mean by unit is 1 cross 1, and the number of squares of pieces should be number of square. You can write this down, that number of square pieces is equals to m plus n. So after breaking all the pieces, the number of pieces I should get which is having a unit square should be, the total number of pieces should be m plus n, or if you are considering the 0th indexing, then the number of pieces should be m minus 1 plus n minus 1 for 0 indexing. Okay, now each break of chocolate is charged some cost, right? And it is expressed by a positive integer. This charge does not dependent on the size of the chocolate being broken, but only dependent on the line the break goes along. And here let me tell you that this is my chocolate piece. You can see the chocolate piece on the screen. Now what I have to do is I have to break this chocolate into unit squares, different unit squares, unit pieces. This is the basic asking. Now this is the chocolate I am having, and I need to break this chocolate into small square pieces, or you can say small square unit pieces. Now here when I am breaking, I need to put a cut, right? I need to break chocolate, right? This is my big chocolate. First of all I need to put a cut, after that again put a cut, and put cut or break, you can say break, and this break will cost something. Let's say that this is the chocolate you are having, right? To put a cut in this line, the cost is x1, and to put a line or cut here, the cost is x2. To put a horizontal line, the cost is y1. to put a horizontal line in this position, the cost is y2. And you need to remember one thing, that the cost of cutting is not dependent on the size of chocolate. It doesn't dependent on the size, how much big or how much small you have the chocolate. If you want to put a particular cut on a particular position, then it has a fixed size, and that size is not dependent on the size of the chocolate, right? And we need to put these cuts in such a way that the cost should be minimum. The cost should be minimum, right? And here you can see that the size is 1 2 3 and 1 2 3. Here the number of rows are 3, number of columns are 3. Okay, so the size is 3 cross 3. Now here m is 3 and n is 3. We need to break our chocolate in such a pieces, in such a square pieces, such that the number of square pieces should be m plus n, that is 3 plus 3. So if you count, the value will be 6. If you count the square pieces that we are having, this is a square piece, right? And this is also a square piece, this is also a square piece. If you count the number of square pieces that we are having after cutting, after computing all the things, the number of square pieces should be 6. Here you can see this is my piece 1, piece 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait a minute. Okay, sorry, my bad. So the number of square pieces we will be having after cutting is m cross n. Sorry guys, not m plus n, but m cross n. Okay, so m cross n should be my number of pieces of chocolate. Here the number of column is 3 and number of rows are 3. So instead of 6, my number of square pieces should be 9. I hope you are getting it, right? And the number of cuts, I have confused myself that number of square pieces should be m cross n, but the number of cuts should be m plus n. Now I hope you understand the question, that for a given chocolate I need to break this chocolate into m cross n pieces, and this square should be a unit, that is 1 cross 1 size, and each cut will have a cost in itself, and that cut is not dependent on the size of the chocolate. Now let us talk about the approach of this question, or let us talk about more detail what is the asking of the question. Now this is my question, right? This is my question. I am taking this as an example. So this is my chocolate of 6 cross 4. How many rows? 1 2 3 4. Okay, 4 cross 6, 4 rows, 6 columns. Now this is a individual square. I need, by the end of my question, I want this square piece, and I need to calculate the total number of square pieces. Okay, and the cost of putting this horizontal line in this particular position is 4. Similarly, to put in the middle of the chocolate a horizontal line, the cost is 1. After 2. Similarly, to put a vertical line in the initial position, the cost is 2, 3, 1 2 1 3 1 4, something like that. Now one thing you need to understand here, if you see the diagram logically, I am expecting a square piece. Okay, I am expecting a square piece. So to get this square piece, will you agree that I have to put whatever the lines it is given? I need to put those lines completely to get the square piece. It means that I have to put all my cutting pieces, all my lines, in order to get that square piece. Okay, so this is the one thing I have extracted. So to get this square piece, I need to perform all the square pieces, all the cutting lines, whatever he has given. I need to perform all those lines. I have to pass through all the cost of this thing to attain this particular square. One thing I have extracted, one thing I have inferred from this. Now to understand this question even more better, I am taking an example chocolate. Let us say that this is my chocolate, small chocolate I am having. Now these are the cuts. This is my square piece, square piece, square piece, and square piece. Now the cost of vertical cost, let's say that is 2, and the horizontal cost, whatever the chocolate might be, if I am putting a horizontal line, horizontal cut, then let's say that cost is 3. I'm taking this as an example to understand the question in a deeper level. I'm taking this as an example. Now, how many cases will be there? Let's say that this is my case 1. First of all, I have put the vertical cut. Let's say that I have placed the vertical cut first. Now, my cost would be initially, when the chocolate is there, when there is no cut in my chocolate, the cost is 0. Now I have put the vertical cut. I have broken the chocolate into 2 vertical pieces. After like putting the cut, my chocolate will get divided, right? So after cutting the chocolate in vertical position, my chocolate will become like this, something like this. It will break in even pieces, 2 even pieces. Now the cost for putting a vertical cut is 2. So my cost will become 2 now. After it, you can see that I want this square piece. I want 4 different square pieces. So to get that, I need to put my horizontal cut, right? So after cutting my vertical cut, I will put my horizontal cut in this 2 different chocolates. So the number of divided chocolates, it's 2 now. So whenever I am putting my horizontal cut now in this position, in the current moment, we are having 2 chocolates, right? The big chocolate get divided into 2 pieces, and this is my piece 1 and piece 2, 2 vertical pieces. This is my vertical piece 1, I hope I am not getting fast, right? Vertical piece 2. After putting my vertical cut, my chocolate is divided into 2 parts, vertical piece 1, vertical piece 2. Now when I put my horizontal cut, when I break my chocolate into horizontal pieces, I need to put the cut on the piece 1, I need to put my cut on the piece 2. It means that I have to cut or place my cut on 2 different chocolates. So this particular piece 1 will cost the horizontal cost 3, and this particular piece 2 will also cost a horizontal cost 3. So the cost will be 3 plus 3. So the total cost will be 2 plus 6, that will be 8, and I will get my horizontal pieces, square pieces like this. I hope you have understood this. So to attain this diagram, my cost will be 8. If I choose to place the vertical piece first, I will get this cost. Now the case 2 would be, let's say that I am choosing the horizontal cut first. So my chocolate will get divided into 2 different horizontal pieces. So this is my, if I choose to take the horizontal piece, then my chocolate will be divided into 2 horizontal parts. This is my horizontal part 1 and this is my horizontal part 2. Okay, and my cost will be, I have applied the horizontal piece cut first, so the cost will be initially 3. Now to get this diagram, attain this diagram, I need to put a vertical piece now, vertical cut now. So I will put my vertical cut here. This is my vertical cut. And what is the cost of vertical cut? 2. So I will put my vertical cut 2 here for my piece 1, horizontal piece 1. Similarly for piece 2 also I need to put a cut. So the cost will be 2. So the final cost will be 3 plus 2 plus 2. That will be 3 plus 4. So the final answer will be 7. So you can understand one thing here, that for the same chocolate, based on the sequence, right? If I am choosing the horizontal piece, I am getting my final answer something. If I am choosing my vertical piece, vertical cut first, then I am getting answer different answer. 2 different answers based on the sequence which I have chosen, right? If I am choosing one sequence, I am getting some cost. If I am choosing another sequence, then I am getting another cost. Now you need to remember one thing is that, what kind of cost I am wanting? I am wanting minimum cost. So which one is minimum? 7 is minimum. So I will choose that cost. Now let us observe one thing here, that I got 7 as my minimum for this particular example, right? The minimum cost is 7 for this particular example. Now can you observe one thing? That, right, this is my 3, right? So I have chosen the maximum cost first, because I am observing that as I am putting my cut for a particular chocolate, the chocolate is dividing into different pieces, and again for those different pieces I need to perform the cutting operation. So if I do the cut which is having the maximum cost first, then I need not to perform the multiple cut for different pieces, because I am performing the cut or maximum value of cut which is having the maximum cost initially. It means that if I perform the cut 3 first, it means that I don't need to perform for these 2 different pieces. I will avoid the cutting on different pieces before what you can say, I will save my cutting 3, I will save the cost of my cutting in multiple pieces if I choose the cut which is having the maximum value. It means that if I choose 3 first, then I can save the money, because initially my pieces are, initially the piece is single. So if I choose the maximum value, then I need to cut the chocolate, only 1 chocolate I need to cut. As I move further, my number of chocolates is also increasing. It means that the number of cuts for that particular thing will get also increase. Got the logic here, right? So what the logic I got is that, first of all, whatever the things I have inferred is, I have to put the cuts, I have to put all these cuts to get this square piece. Okay, so to get a particular square piece, I decide the square piece, I need to put or use all cuts, whatever the cuts he has given, I need to choose, I need to like take that to get my desired square piece. But the question is, on which order though, on which order I am choosing. If I am choosing some order, then I am getting some output. You can see that if I choose this order, then I am getting some cost. If I am choosing this order, then I am getting some this cost. So it is totally dependent on cost, and I want minimum cost. So to get minimum cost, the second thing is that the second thing I have inferred is that after each cut, the chocolate is dividing into different parts, right? The chocolate, the number of pieces in chocolate pieces is increasing. The chocolate pieces is increasing. This is the logical thing I have extracted. Now you need to understand one thing, one more thing is that number of pieces is directly proportional to cost. It means that in a chocolate, the number of pieces are increasing. It means that for each and every chocolate, I need to perform the same cut, and to perform the same cut, the cost, the total resultant cost will also get increased. Okay, it means that the number of pieces of chocolate is directly proportional to the cost. And if you observe logically, should I choose the cut which is having the highest cost first? It means that I will choose the big price cut first, instead of after that I will choose my cheap cut later. It means that I will choose the price cut which is having the biggest value, and after that I will choose the cheap elements later as the number of chocolate get increases. Okay, and the third thing I am gonna do is I will calculate cost of vertical cut is equals to horizontal pieces into y value. Here let's say that vertical cut, this is my vertical cut, right? Here number of horizontal pieces are 2, and the vertical cut cost is, let's say this is my y. So here the value of y is, number of horizontal pieces is 2 and y value is 2. So the value will be 2 into 2. So the vertical cut cost will become 4, right? So the formulas I have extracted is cost of vertical cut is equals to number of horizontal pieces into vertical cut cost, and cost of horizontal cut is equals to vertical pieces into the x value, the x horizontal cut cost, right? These are the 3 things I have extracted. Now here you can see that this is my vertical cut array and this is my horizontal cut array, right? Horizontal cut array, this is my horizontal cut array 4 1 2, and this is my vertical cut array 2 1 3 1 4. Now what I will do is, I'm talking about the approach. This is the logical things I have extracted. Now what I will do is, I will sort these two arrays first. So the sorted fashion will be 4, 2, 1. This will become my horizontal cut, and after that I will sort this also, that is 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. This will become my vertical cut. Now I will point my 2 pointers. I will use my 2 pointers. Let's say that this is my pointer 1 and this is my pointer 2, and as I move, as I iterate, I will choose the value first which is having the maximum. So what I mean is that here, which is the maximum value? 4 is the maximum, both are same. So anyone, first of all I am choosing horizontal cut. So I will perform in my old chocolate, first of all I will perform a horizontal cut and I will move this pointer here. Now in this 2, what is the maximum value? P2, pointer 2 is my maximum value. So I will perform this vertical cut. After that again I will move this pointer to here, P2. Now in this, what is the, again 3 is the highest value, right? So again I will perform my vertical cut, and again I will move this. This is my P2 and this is my P1. Now in among these two, which one is greater? Both are same. So I will perform horizontal cut now, and I will move this here. This is my 1. Now among these two, which one is again greater? 1. So I will perform 1. As I am performing the cutting operation, I will calculate the cost value also. So cost is equals to something formula here. When I write the code, it will become clear to you guys, but I hope you are getting it. I am using these 2 pointers, and which one is greater value, I am performing that cut first, because logically I will take the big price cut first, after a cheap cut later, right? I will move this and vertical cut, and pointer 2 will get here, and again something cut happen will something like this. I hope you got the logic. Now let us code this thing. Okay, so in the main program, first of all what I'm gonna do is, I will create int n is equals to 4, after it int m is equals to 6, right? After that I will create a integer array, integer, and I'm giving cost of vertical. Cost vertical is equals to, I am giving the example we have taken 4. After that integer, cost of horizontal array is equals to, let me give here 4, 1, 2. 4, 1, 2. Now what I will do is, I will sort, first of all I will sort this in descending order. So arrays dot sort in descending order. So cost v comma collections dot reverse order. I am sending in descending order, I am sorting this. So arrays dot sort, and cost of horizontal comma collections dot sort in reverse order. Right, after sorting, what I will do is, I will create a 2 integers. So h is equals to 0, v is equals to 0. So these are my 2 pointers which will iterate through the indexes of my given horizontal and vertical cut prices, or vertical cost of horizontal and vertical prices array. These 2 pointers will iterate. Okay, now after that what I will do is, I will to keep a track of number of pieces, I will write horizontal pieces is equals to 1. After it int vertical pieces is equals to 1. Vertical pieces, initially the chocolate is 1, right? So the horizontal piece and vertical piece is same, that is 1. Now I will run a loop while h is less than cost of horizontal dot length and v is less than cost of v dot length. So I am iterating through each and every index of the using this pointer. I am iterating through the horizontal cut cost of vertical and cost of horizontal arrays. Now in this, if my cost of vertical of v is less than or equals to cost of horizontal of h, if this is the case, then I will choose horizontal first. So I will choose here horizontal horizontal cut, right? So cost, here let me make a variable also, int cost. Initially it is 0. After it, here cost is equals to, int cost is equals to, cost plus is equals to cost of horizontal of h into number of vertical pieces, okay. In the formula we have extracted this. Similarly, if this is not the case, then else, now this is my vertical cut. In the vertical cut, what I will do is cost plus is equals to cost of v into number of horizontal pieces, right? And after like running these through pointers, if any elements is left, let's say that some of the elements are equal or some of the elements are like left beyond, then what I will do is I will run a loop for left behind elements. For this, what I will do is that first of all I will run a loop while h is less than cost of horizontal dot length, cost plus is equals to cost of horizontal of h into vertical pieces. After it, increment the number of horizontal pieces. Here at the same time, as I like calculate cost, the number of pieces also increasing, right? So I will increment the number of horizontal pieces here. After it, I will increment the pointer also. Similarly, here I need to give h pi, and similarly I am incrementing v pi plus plus and v plus plus. Okay, similarly here h pi plus plus and h plus plus. And for vertical left elements, vertical cut left beyond elements, what I will do is while my v is less than cost of v dot length, and in this I will calculate cost plus is equals to cost of v into cost of v into number of vertical pieces. So number of here I need to give horizontal pieces, so horizontal pieces, and here vertical pieces, and increment the vertical pieces value and the vertical pointer value. Now after sorting this, what I will do is I will print finally system.out.print minimum cost of cuts is equals to and print the cost value. That's all. Now let me save. So what it did is first of all I have created a cost of vertical and I have taken the cost of v and cost of h, and you can get doubt one here that why I have written integer not int because I have taken integer class as my instead of integer data type. I have taken integer class because here I am sorting the elements in my reverse order, and to sort we can only sort the elements using collections like interface only on classes. We can't sort using data types. That is why I have taken integer. After that, I have sorted the elements in the descending order. After sorting, I have created two variables h and v and the pieces, and after that I am iterating and I am calculating the logic which we did in the dry run. I have extracted some logic, right? I am using the same logic in the code, and after that after learning if some of the elements are left in my horizontal array, in my horizontal cut array, then I am keeping that element, I am taking that element. If any elements are left in the vertical cut array, then I am taking those elements. After that I am calculating each and every, as I iterate through each and every pointer, I am calculating the cost, incrementing the horizontal vertical pieces like this, and after that I am printing the cost. Now let me save and run this. So you can see that I got the cost, minimum cost of this particular thing is 38. So this is how I will calculate, or I will calculate the overall cost of cutting chocolates. I hope you got the logic. Up to now we have completed the greedy algorithms. I hope you like the overall greedy algorithms. In the next session we are going to study one of the most important data structures, which is binary trees, and I am thinking of putting binary trees as we did in greedy algorithm. We divided that thing into two different parts. So I want to cover each and every concept of binary trees. For that I will be breaking the binary trees in two different or three different parts. So with that being said, I hope you understood the logic and the idea beyond the working of greedy algorithms, and I hope you understood the various questions we did in greedy algorithms. So with that being said, I will see you in the next one.